One of the longest running art festivals in the world kicks off in Grahamstown, Colony in the Eastern Cape today. It's a paradise for art lovers. On offer, virtually every art form is on display at the National Arts Festival. It is now 39 years old. Our reporter is Ulrich Hendricks. He is attending the festival in Grahamstown, 50 kilometers from Port Alfred. Ulrich, good morning to you.
Good morning, Vuyo, and welcome to Grahamstown here in the Eastern Cape. A very nippy Grahamstown, but I'm sure that art lovers will be quite excited about this day, because today is the start of the Grahamstown National Arts Festival. There's been an assault on all of one's senses since last night, since the official opening of the Grahamstown Festival. We're talking about sounds, paintings, dance, what art form that is available here at the Grahamstown Arts Festival. With me to talk about it is the CEO of the National Arts Festival, that's Tony Lancaster. Good morning, Tony, and welcome to Morning Live.
Good morning. Welcome to Grahamstown.
For a first timer to the Grahamstown Arts Festival, what do you have an offer for us?
It is, as you said, this fast machine that operates for 11 days. There's something like 2,500 performances during the course of the festival this year. It makes it, I think, the biggest festival on the African continent, possibly the third biggest in the world. I know it's a cliche, but there really is something for everyone. It doesn't matter what your age, what your tastes, be it jazz, dance, theatre, music, the ballet. There is something for everyone at the festival. So it's this massive melting pot that at any given moment you can look at and say, this is where the South African art scene is at the moment.
Okay, and you have international artists here as well. How do you go about selecting the artists for this?
We have a whole range of different mechanisms depending on the program that we're dealing with. But for our main program, we have a festival committee which is chaired by Jay Pather, and every year we solicit proposals from artists. And those proposals, as you say, come from far and wide and from across South Africa, the various institutions, independent theatre companies, as well as internationally. And increasingly, what happens in Grahamstown is being noticed elsewhere in the world. This year we have about 40 or 50 international producers who are coming to Grahamstown and using it as a shopping ground. And they'll be looking for work from here in Grahamstown that they will take back to their countries and stage and tour at other festivals and other institutions. So we are definitely generating some interest from international productions, and it's great that they want to come share the stage with us.
In terms of production or local productions, I know that the Grahamstown Arts Festival is also a breeding ground for up-and-coming artists. Can you tell us about that project?
We have a couple of different projects in that vein, but I think the benchmark for us is the Standard Bank Young Artist. And each year, those are the artists to watch, because they're the artists who are at the top of their game at the moment. They're on the verge of an international career. And if you just have to look through the list of past winners of the awards to know that this is telling you who's hot today that's going to get big. You can look at people like Sibongile Khumalo, William Kentridge, Johnny Clegg. The list goes on and on and on. Each year, we name 4 or 5 winners across different genres. So if you're coming to the festival for the first time and you're not sure about what to see, the easiest thing to do is to go to the program, look for the work by either the current crop of Standard Bank Young Artist Award winners or past winners, and they often come back to Grahamstown 2 or 3 times after they've won, just because they love it so much. So that's a great program, because it's for young artists under the age of 35 who are on the cusp of great international careers, and the festival just gives them that extra little boost that they need to come and present something new and fresh and exciting in Grahamstown before they take on the world.
Let's talk about ticket sales and attendance numbers. Obviously, the economic downturn is obviously had a impact on attendance figures.
Interesting, one would expect that to be the case, but actually we haven't seen it yet on ticket sales. And I think last year was an interesting year for us. We staged the festival in the middle of the World Cup. While we were very pleased with the numbers that we had last year, because it did represent a growth, this year we are seeing trends at the moment that look like we're going to have as good, if not a better year than last year. And I think South Africans more and more are looking for decent local alternatives instead of traveling overseas, perhaps because of the economic downturn. They're looking for things to do in South Africa, and particularly in South Africa at the moment, people are saying, well, we might have missed the festival last year because of the World Cup, so we're going to make a point of coming through this year. Too many South Africans, in my opinion, say, oh, Grahamstown, I've never actually been to that festival, I really want to go. And they really should, because it is this massive event, and it's crazy and wild and goes all over the place. It's like trying to harness an obstreperous mongoose. You just really have to try and rein it in and enjoy it as best you can, because it is just this vast melting pot.
Okay, thank you. That was the CEO of the National Arts Festival, Tony Lancaster. Join us again roundabout just before after 7:30 when we'll have some of the artists here. But now it's back to the studio and Andile Basuku with the weather.
Up to 65% of South African motorists are not insured. Are you one of them? Ordinary comprehensive insurance is often costly, and without affordable alternatives, many people have had no choice but to go uninsured. With Comprehensive, you no longer have to risk the total loss of one of your most valuable assets. You can, for example, insure a 100,000 Rand vehicle for as little as 280 Rand a month. That's less than 10 Rand a day. With Comprehensive, you look after the fender benders, chips and